Hello and welcome to the DFS_PhD show for today, the 7th of December, Thursday Night Football. Remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money. Might as well be us, eh? No, not in football, not for me. Not recently, at least, excuse me. That out of the way before we start. But yeah, this slate all comes down to one thing. What's going to happen without Ramondre? So sites are right now projecting it to be pretty strongly an Ezekiel Elliott game, but he's getting 40% of the snaps on the season. I mean, even if he bops into the Ramondre role, he's getting 60% of the snaps. There's 40% to go around. I don't know who's going to get him. SaberSim is projecting Hasty over at Montgomery. I think they're both going to be active. They'll use standard scoring, obviously, if you're going to try to make up the points yourself. Use PPR, but don't try to make up the point yourself. Who knows? I mean, do I think that at this stage in his career, JaMychal Hasty is like 2/3 of a Zeke? Yeah. So you could argue that, okay, so he should get 20 points per 100 snaps, and he should get about 25 snaps. So you could argue, what is that, about 5 points? So yeah, what did I actually have him for? Looking over at Hasty's projection, we have him for 8 points. So yeah, their original projection was a little bit closer. I think I have him at 8 instead of doing it by that sort of argument. I pegged him to Zeke, because if Zeke really has 16 points of opportunity, I think Hasty he'll be the other back, and so he'll have about half that opportunity. So that's how I've done those weird backs. The other backs I think are a coin flip. They keep saying they want to get Jalen Warren more involved and then giving Najee all the work anyway. I don't know what to do about that. I'm just going to coin flip it. Who cares? Take a few lineups with each. And same thing with Pickens. I think they do actually want to get him the ball, and I think he is actually good. So I'm going to lean into that and be overweight on Pickens in this showdown. So I think that actually is pretty snappy. I want to be 80% Pickens. I think there's a good chance if he gets there, he should be captain. So I can see a case for having him be 5x on captain and then just matching the field for him with the flex. Because yeah, in the flex, that's where you need your Mitch Trubisky's. That's where you need your Bailey Zappies. Okay, we're projecting Zappy for 8.7 points. We're projecting him for less than Demario Douglas and Deontay Johnson. All right. I mean, he's not good, but I mean, let's have a reasonable projection for a quarterback here. We definitely need more Zappy in there than we had. Quarterbacks just get points for everything. And it's just not, it's not even really fair, but they should be projected for more points than that. Now, we don't know. You could build a rule, I guess, if you wanted to, about these wide receivers first. Everybody's so bad. All the rest of these guys are so bad and old. Deontay Johnson's very old. Devontae Parker's very old or very bad. Like, I can't tell you to play Juju just because he's going to maybe catch the ball. Allen Robinson, for the sake of my fantasy teams, I hope he sees the field. For best ball, not for, obviously, we're talking about fantasy here. Okay, I think I don't have much to say about this. I guess Darnell Washington is also a fine value that I'm getting to about 10x the field. Another min-price guy that I guess people aren't on. That's weird. He's getting snaps. I don't think I have Pittsburgh. Yeah, I don't have Pittsburgh snaps up, but he's yeah, that's totally fine. 25% is a bit much. I'll take a 15% bite though. Of Darnell Washington. All right. So yeah, that's how I got him for, let me tell you my favorite captains for tomorrow, which I guess I should say today since you're probably watching it on Thursday. Pickens captain, obviously my favorite, but 40% seems like a lot. I'll go 30% because 5x the field's about where I want to be. And then I'm guessing I get to a fair amount of Hasty lineups. Yeah, 15% Hasty because you got to have some interest. I don't know if we hear coach speak about it or something about what the availability is of these other guys. Ty Montgomery is also good. Either one of them is a good passing down back. Hasty could also mix in on the goal line. So I don't know. Maybe you have Hasty run normal third downs and goal line work, and you have Montgomery come in for the hurry up. I don't know. I don't know how they would plan to do this if all three of those guys are active. And part of it, they're all pretty bad and shouldn't be in the NFL. Okay. So that is pretty much, yeah. So we wind up with then Chad Ryland. That's the other guy. 0.8% in the captain. I mean, kicker captain for this game. Are you kidding me? 0.8%, 5% easy, right? I mean, just in terms of like I got him for 15%. So that's a little pushing it. But I think it's going to be an ugly game. And I think the kickers will have a lot of opportunities. So that's what that is. Let me make sure I have my defenses taken care of the way I want them. Patriots 16%, sure. Match it, don't care. Steelers at 22%, don't want that much, but not against it as a play. Zappy's bad, but I mean 22% on or they got that at 30%. All right, I don't want any Steelers at 30%. Yeah, whatever. You can still make it work. They're a good play. Zappy's real bad. He's real bad, but I don't know. What percentage do we have there? 15%? Yeah. That's still underweight to it, so I'll just let SaberSim have that. Yeah, I didn't restrict them very much here. I think I only cut out a few guys down here at the bottom who are just way too expensive for their opportunities. I mean, that's Ty Montgomery, right? So if we get news that he's going to be in there, you can pop him in the pool. But everybody else here, Pharaoh Brown, Keyshawn Boutte, I think actually, Rodney Williams, McFarland. I would like to see more McFarland in there. I think that'd be a more dynamic and fun offense for them, but they don't run it that way. Same thing with Rager. Like maybe he'd be more fun than any of these other like garbage can people, but they're not. I mean, they're not going to put him in there, and he probably isn't better than them. I mean, at the end of the day, they're better at assessing talent than I am. Okay, so that's about all I got for this. Remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, someone's got to. Oh yeah, my bad. I did use this is a fully screened set. It has a geometric mean ownership of 19, and build settings we have 42,500 to 49,600. So that's how you win the money. But remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money, and it's six figures. So take it seriously. Might as well be us.